Alrighty, right. Welcome to episode, I think this is number 4 of the Brits campaign on Rome Total War. I'm Matt Gupta and I'll be your host for today. Okay, now first thing I want to say is I have removed one of the mods from here, and it was the secession and loyalty mod. But while this is a brilliant mod, I did feel in this case I was cheating a little bit, because this is the loyalty breakdown of the Seahorse clan without the mod, and with the mod it was bringing it out to a needless 58. So, but for now I'm happy to have it off, but just see what happens. And in all honesty, the way I was going, I seriously doubted I was going to have any civil wars going on. So let's get to it. Yeah, so in the previous episode, which was rather lengthy, I will happily admit, but we destroyed these guys, and made some vague promises to invade Europe. So the main plan was to attack here, conquer Magna Germania, and then conquer this area, which is one of our objectives, and then from Magna Germania we can then conquer Noricum, and then that will be the majority of our conquests under our control. We're also going to keep working on capturing this province here with these guys. Now I would preferably like to conquer these guys through building a confederation. Now they have been...
You honor us. There's food enough for 2 armies awaiting us when we have talked.
Now these guys have been annoyingly impossible to get to join this confederation. But I think I should probably explain why I want them to join instead of just going out and completely whacking the living shit out of them. And it's mainly because I've never started a confederation with this new diplomacy patch, this divide and conquer, whatever it's called. So I basically want to see if their faction joins this in a separate party, which I then have to deal with my politics. Because in the previous versions of the game, they would simply just join this mysterious other group in the barbarian factions, which you could then just interact with as a normal party. Whereas in this concept of other has now been completely removed. Even in like the Rome and Carthage factions, we have the 3 main parties that you start off with. You then have this mysterious other party, which has now been removed. So every single party now has a name, and I would basically want to see where these guys fit into it. Okay, so right now we're just trying to get public order up. Now at the minute we're suffering public order quite a bit, but right now our edicts are giving public order and giving us extra tax. So probably the best thing to do would be to simply garrison up and wait for more stuff to arrive. At the minute we can do administrative stuff, so I don't want this guy to do it because he's already quite powerful. There's this guy, or we can get some loyalty up. Actually I'll use this guy, because he hasn't actually done anything at all over the course of this game, so let's get him. And now public order is back up. Partly because of these guys garrisoning here. Okay, so let's send this guy on a trip to Germany to see what he can figure out. Okay, now the king has taken over this army from the other guy. so I basically want to rename this Hunters of the King. Simply because this army has leveled up quite significantly. Yeah, it's on the verge of leveling up again. So if I was to basically put him in command of the army of the king and then send all of the forces over to them, I would basically lose all of these, both of these skill sets, and whichever ones I get from level 3. Okay, so here is our druidess, and they're basically here to do public order and increase tax. So so we're at -1 at the minute, so let's do that. Okay, so it looks like the spy was providing some public order bonuses. Okay, public order, local province, so we need to get to grips with that. Right, so she's on her way to the capital. Is there anything that I can build that provides public order? Right, so there's the trumpet maker. That's growth and public order minus. So let's build the trumpet maker and see what that provides. Okay, so oh no, I started off with 6 grand. What have I spent it on? How much was that? Oh wow, nearly 4,000. I might as well, just for the case of building this. Okay, so, and how's Ireland doing? Ireland is suffering quite dramatic public order loss. There isn't anything that I can build to increase public order aside from town, but in order to do that I need to research this, and that's going to take a while. Yeah, so 14 turns it will take me to build, not including the turn for this. So I'll just have to leave that for now. Okay, so let's end the turn here. The fuck? Okay. I'm going to be perfectly honest and say that took a while. Because basically what happened was that the game crashed so completely and utterly that I had to uninstall the game, restore my computer, and then go through the game installing and reinstalling every single mod that I have linked to this game. So my previous statement of taking away the loyalty and secession mod is now invalid. I will do what I can to try and organise it so that I take it off or not, depending on what happens, but right now I'm just glad to get back to playing. Okay, so we have this dude who is causing trouble. Let's sort this out. A Roman soldier has been found looting offerings from our sacred lake. What should be done with him? We should kill his ass. Alright, so let's put her in the city. Okay, so we now have +7 here, and we have now expanded, or have we? No, something has happened here that means that these buildings have now been destroyed. What happened here? What did we have here initially? One sec. Okay, scrap everything I've just said. These were things that we were demolishing. The only problem is I cannot remember what I had in mind to build them. So, any plans that I previously had are now invalid. So, this place is this place. Okay, so we have a maritime commerce here, and we have wealth from all sources here. So, I'm thinking we should try and get some sort of place that allows some commerce in some form or another. So there's the coin maker. We've already got a bronze workshop, and we already have a horn maker. So I'm thinking, let's build the... That's the artisan's lodgings, okay. So let's build the coin maker here, and let's build... This is a mining place, so let's build a pit mine there. Alright, so... Oh, and in the previous turn we had moved this dude all the way over here. Right, so let's do some administrating here. Okay, so we have done some administration here. She's doing her bit to up taxes. We've got quite a healthy amount of money coming in. So, let's see if these guys are any more...
We will talk and then we will feast until our guts rumble and our backsides ache from overuse.
Okay, so that's moderate, okay. So let's down the money a bit. Moderate again. Oops. Low. Low. Moderate. And they've rejected it. Okay.
You speak as well as a bard, but I must be unswayed by all except the interest of my people.
They've rejected that.
You speak from deep wisdom, although the offer is but shallow. I cannot agree.
They've rejected that. Let's
you
see
speak
if
well,
they will
but I fear the spirits do not approve.
Money.
I cannot go against such portents.
Wow, they've even rejected that. These guys are frigging arseholes, I will say. Okay, so... yeah, in the previous version I had changed that. Yeah, and you can also change the emblem of them to make them more iconic, which I do kind of like, so... Let's make this more king-like. Is there a emblem of sort of like a crown or something? That's sort of crown-like. Okay. And I'll give her a raven. Okay, now what technology should we research? I'm thinking we should do something economical. I do need this in order to get this, so let's get started on a race site, because at least then we'll be able to upgrade our capital, which gives us quite a lot of stuff, including artillery on the walls, and that's a really good thing to have. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, there isn't really that much more we can do. But one thing I will try and do...
A flapping tongue that speaks without wisdom is not welcome.
Pact.
Be like a spear and have a point. Ha ha!
Can't do a defensive alliance. But just as long as we don't have a non-aggression pact, as long as we've got this non-aggression pact, that should be okay. Same with these guys.
Greetings, friend.
We've got trade and
I've called for good ale to ease your throat and...
So I'm not particularly worried about their attacking. So, assuming that we managed... that we attack these guys, are they allied with any of these guys? No, they're not. But they are at war with these guys, I think. So that could go either way. Alright, let's end the turn. And pray that the game doesn't crash. Right, so, oh, we have a motivated populace, that's good. As the man fled south through the forest, he was crushed to death by a falling tree. The gods had their revenge. Okay, so she has leveled up. Okay, so she's authority based, so let's do that first. And her zeal is quite low, so let's do that. Let's stop her from doing force march. So now all of these guys have quite good morale going, and their experience is going up quite nicely. Okay, and we now have this farm here. Now we don't actually have any farms at all in this province, so I'm thinking we do have quite a lot of... Oh wait, I accidentally demolished the only horse making place, so let's get that because I'm an utter idiot. Okay. Right. So, how is this spy doing? Right, so he's still in the channel. Let's get him to go through this area instead of staying on land, simply so that we can get an idea on what the Nervi faction is like. Now, if I remember correctly, this province sort of bends around here, and then there's like a capital province, or a provincial capital rather, somewhere here-ish. So that would be quite interesting to... Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of the one next to it. So the capital province is there, and they got a base there, and that snakes around there. Good. Alright, let's have a look at our loyalty. Again, I had to keep the mods, so our loyalty is quite high, unfortunately. Don't get me wrong, this is a brilliant mod to have, particularly if you're not overly keen on having all of these civil wars for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Okay, so let's do administration on this place. So how is Ireland looking in terms of public order now? It's now at -8, okay. I'm going to recruit this guy, and basically make sure that he can't actually do anything at all, and hopefully that will sort of stop him from gaining some points. So Dagramoros. Dagramoros, here we are. And we'll raise an army of his cavalry guys. They don't necessarily provide that much, but it will stop him from being able to get more stuff. Okay, so public order is doing quite well here. And let's get this. It will cost a lot of money, but it will let us have more money and public order in the long run. Can these guys actually move at all? Now that she's there, I'm quite keen to get him into the fight whenever we... I want him to basically lead the attack against these guys. So if we can basically get him into the water... Yes, we can. Okay, so he's in the water now. This guy's getting ready, so let's end the turn here. Okay, so our war maiden has leveled up. Okay, so her authority and cunning are quite low, so let's level those up. Let's upgrade that and her marksmanship. So all in all, she is actually quite balanced. Let's move you guys up there and move you. Let's go bit by bit, just so that he doesn't take some really weird ass route. Okay, so this is the Rhine, I believe. There's no real way to get around it, so without going through all this territory here, and I believe these are mountains here. So that's looking good, and our mine and artisan lodging are now built. So what we wanted to build that into the coin maker. Let's do that. Okay, and well, that's going nicely. Do we have enough money to? Yes, we do, but I'll leave it until the next turn. Let's see if these guys are any better.
There's a good pork roasting for you, and better ale and mead set aside. But first, we talk.
Okay, no. Let's give them a small amount of money. See if
this agreement is like a feast after an empty belly. You are a truly worthy friend.
That did nothing. What pricks? Okay. So that's looking to be quite annoying. Well, these guys are elite. Gonna be an ass 8.5 to take out. Alright, so let's end the turn there. And hopefully we can time this right so that we engage these guys right in the middle of spring. So we don't have to worry about all of the morale dampeners that we'll be facing by fighting them in winter. Okay, so we've finished all of this. There's a riot in the capital. You suspect that was instigated by one of the other political parties. How do you react? I'm more worried about... Loyalty isn't really a problem in all honesty. So let's accuse them publicly. Okay, let's move them along. Let's move you across there. And now follow the wall. The road, rather. Okay, so this is the only army that these guys have in this area. And they're clubs.
Ready for orders.
Strange. Clubs, 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 spear, spear, riders, spear, javelin men, the general on horseback, then more spears, tribesmen, more riders. This is definitely a place I want to engage from the land. Do they cover all of that territory there? Yes, they do. Could I disembark here and then... Maybe if I can get this guy to poison this dude and then get him to completely stop, he might lose his zone of control. And then I can attack them. And then they control the capital as well, which is here. And then these guys control this bit, so I'm going to have to go to war with the Marcomanni tribe as well. Okay, so now that we've researched Ray's site, here we are, we can now research something else. I'm quite keen on carrying on with this doing economic stuff, because now that I'm not technically at war with anybody, I don't really need to worry about it, about military stuff so much. Now, they have absolutely no trace of our culture in this settlement. So I'm thinking doing this to get cultural conversion stuff. Okay. So this army is doing what it's doing here and training up quite nicely. So let's get this dude to administrate Britannia to stop public order from going low. Cool. And then we'll get this guy to organise a feast at Briton, because food is going down somewhat. And we now have plus 27 food. Now I was going to build this to get money up. Now let's see if these guys, they're actually going down. Why is that?
You honor us. There is food enough for 2 armies awaiting us when we have talked. Yes,
How's that doing?
your words show wisdom
it
beyond your years.
They don't even
I knew your people to be
do it
honorable.
up there. Chances are I'm going to have to go to war with these guys. It's a shame, because I really wanted to see what happened. I suppose I could just load up a video on YouTube and find out, but still, it's a kick up the arse, it really is.
For the tribe.
Okay, so but I figured doing the normal routine of attacking them by land and going all the way around would just be, well, long. So I'm going to just attack as normal. I mean, the odds are quite in our favour, and just out of interest, we can get quite nice victories out of this. So let's begin this. Alright, so okay, the first thing I will do is admit I'm not particularly good at coastal warfare.
Transport ships! Grouped and ready!
Okay, so let's move those
Transport
guys
ships.
there. Let's
Warriors,
group
group.
these guys all into different groups depending on what they are.
Awaiting your word!
Now, if I remember correctly,
Awaiting your word!
these guys don't actually have horses with them, do they? No, these are just the infantry.
Ready!
So I'll keep these guys in reserve. And these guys don't actually have the actual siege equipment with them. No, they don't.
Transport ships! Aye!
So I'll keep these guys as far back as I can, and then just tell them to retreat as soon as the battle begins. Okay, so I'm guessing that the enemy ships are going to be somewhere in this particular area, getting ready to beach there, and quite possibly there. I'm going to need to get some sort of flanking force in place, so these guys can go there. And I shall put these guys there.
Transport ready and waiting!
These guys will go there with those ships. And these guys will back them up. Okay, so I'll keep the cavalry guys in reserve here, simply so that the general can sort of bolster what's going on, and then these guys can use their javelins if need be.
Transport ships! Aye!
Okay.
Transport ships! At last, land once again!
Yeah, these guys are all heading for shore.
Transport awaiting your word!
guys withdraw. Okay, just while this is all going on, I shall fast forward it. Alright. Okay, I will get these guys to land. Okay, back to normal speed. So,
Disembark!
these guys. Okay.
Levy free men!
Okay, so let's set you guys up
Grand crush you!
there.
Forward!
Should set you guys up. It's just me, or does this map seem smaller than what we've seen before? Okay, so let's split the swordsmen up into two groups. You guys go there, and you guys go there. Then you guys take a position there. You guys set up there. And then I shall split you guys up into two. You guys deal with them. And you guys Okay, while everyone's moving into position, I shall fast forward. Okay, so it looks like everybody is in this area. It's like a very, very strong version of the General's Bodyguard. No, not that way, not that way. Idiots.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Okay, so let's...
Levy free men! Yeah! Warriors eager for blood! Swords! Get ready! Bowmen! Warriors, move out! Ready and eager! Britons!
These guys are shooting, right? Only a handful of these guys are actually shooting.
Scrappers ready!
Actually, let's get you guys set up there.
Levy! Britons! Moving! Warriors ready! Swords burn! Swords! We hunger for blood and battle! Swords
fine.
Here! We'll kill them all! Quick, horsemen! Oh, warriors, move out! Ready! Melee fighters, ready! Ready! Mounted warriors! Ready for battle! Missile warriors! Orders! Blood! Swords! Cut the countdown! Kill! Kill! Bowman!
At the moment, I can't actually tell if this is going well or not.
Swords! Take kill! Kill! Britons! Scouts! Hunt riders! Advance! Bows! Swordman! Ah! Levy Freeman! Scout riders! Our horses love blood! Bowman! Freeman! Run! Levy Freeman! Proud sons of Britain!
The men are wavering.
Riders ready! Ah! Warriors of Britain!
Our general is under attack.
Britons! Fire on them! Levy! Slingers! The earth with their blood! Battle ready and eager! Swift horsemen! Riders! Swordman!
God, the Vikings make this look so easy. They really do.
Levy! Habra! Bows! Take aim! Enemy freemen! Heroic riders! Bowmen!
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Melee fighters ready! Run, cashew!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
But this guy is really putting up one hell of a fight. These are these guys in all honesty.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Gotcha! Heroic riders! Blood! Omen! Warriors, move out! Ready for battle! Ready!
The battle is turning in our favor.
Levy Freeman! Levy! Spearman! They will bleed for us! Ready for battle! Melee warriors! Mounted warriors!
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Swordman! Ah! Battle ready and battle ready! Swordman! We will pierce their hearts! Ready! Swordman! Heroic riders! Levy Freemen! Strappers ready! Scout Riders!
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a quick mop-up action, and I'll see you guys on the battle map. I must say, they put up one hell of a fight, so at least they can find some sort of honor in that. Okay, that's it.
The fleet ready! Ready for orders!
Okay. Oh, by renaming these guys, I lost all the stuff anyway. That sucks. Ugh. Oh, that might have something to do with the reinstallation, because he's now lost all of his stuff here. Okay. Alright, with that in mind, guys, I'm going to bring this episode to a close. And in the next episode, we'll be able to see just how far we can get into Europe without completely screwing ourselves over. Thanks for watching. I've been Matt, and don't forget to like and subscribe.